Hello, my name is Isaac Novak. I am currently a third year here at AIB College of Business. For this final project in managerial communications, I've decided to conduct my research on the Netherlands. When I started doing my research project here, I had no idea what country I should start doing research on. So I turned around to my roommate and I asked him, I was like, hey, what country should I do this on? And he's like, the Netherlands. So I started looking into the Netherlands. When I started looking into them, I realized that their population was just shy of 17 million people. Some of the countries that are located near the Netherlands are Germany and Belgium, Denmark, and the United Kingdom, which is just across the sea. One of the things that the Netherlands is known for is their ability to use the water channels as far as networking goes. Another interesting fact that I found on weekendnotes.com is that 86% of the Dutch population inside the Netherlands has the ability to speak English as their second major language. The Dutch have a proud history, and business for them is no different. They expect those who are involved in business in the Netherlands to be socially responsible for what they do, punctual to all endeavors that they choose to engage in, and that they are appropriately dressed for the occasion in which they are partaking. One of the things that the Netherlands urges all their corporations to do is to be socially responsible for their actions. In recent years, their farming tradition, which has always been strong, has seen an increase in livestock breeding. With this, additional manure has been in place which they have not accounted for before. Due to this fact, their water levels are slowly becoming polluted and is a major issue in the Netherlands at the moment. As a corporation who's looking to do business in the Netherlands, definitely taking a look at what kind of sustainable factor that they're in as far as their water pollution goes, whether they are adamant about wind energy, what types of secondary renewable sources that they're looking into. Being a forerunner and an advocate for those is only going to help push your company to be a better fit within the Netherlands. At a corporate level, the Dutch want you to be socially responsible for the actions that you do, but as a personal level, they want you to be punctual. The Dutch pride themselves on their punctuality. They always show up for meetings. They complete their meetings on time, and they're prepared for what they're trying to do. And they're not there to waste time. In many of the articles that I was conducting research on, a lot of the Dutch business people are there to get their job done, as in most countries, but they don't like having their meetings run long. They want to be efficient in the time that they have allotted for the meeting, so they expect you as well as themselves to be fully prepared for the meeting and to get their things done. When going into a meeting with anybody from the Netherlands or Dutch culture, they don't typically have a national dress code. It's very industry specific, whereas if you are in information technology, business casual is fairly common. If you're meeting as far as lawyers, doctors, or the like, the dress code is typically often business professional. But don't ever assume that you know the answers or that you don't know. Don't be afraid to ask your contact about what to wear. As a business person, it's always better to be safe than to be sorry. So always ask just to ensure that you have the most up-to-date information. Another common term in business is gift giving. The Dutch don't enjoy feeling obligated to provide a gift. So gift giving usually isn't a common factor seen in the Dutch culture. When you do give gifts, ensure that it is for a deserving matter, whether it's finalizing a deal, starting a new partnership, accomplishing a goal that was set out to achieve. It's always a good idea to provide a gift, but ensure that those gifts are neutral. Don't be putting on company logos, branding yourself within those. Give them a neutral gift that is heartfelt and fits the job that is done. If you are one of the lucky individuals that is invited to a Dutch home to conduct business, As a common courtesy, it is always appropriate to bring flowers to the host or hostess if you are entering the home of the Dutch. This is just seen as a appropriate manner and one of great gratitude by those of Dutch culture. With the Dutch being such proud people, especially in the Netherlands and their strong farming background, maintaining that corporate social responsibility as a company who's looking into doing business within the Netherlands is important. Definitely trying to appeal to those interests of the country as well as its government officials is only going to make the transition that you want into the Netherlands a more successful and easier process. As you begin conducting meetings in the Netherlands and meeting with business professionals and other corporations as well as government officials, always ensure that you're punctual. Being on time is a great sign of respect towards the Dutch people, and ensuring that you're there on time, fully prepared for the meeting that's going to ensue, and being respectful of the time that they have given you in terms of getting that meeting done and over with is going to be very beneficial on your part, as well as making a good first impression with those who decide to meet with you. And with regards to earlier, the Netherlands doesn't have a national dress code in terms of what you should wear to what event. It's very industry specific. Like I mentioned with the information technologies, business casual is a very common dress code that you see throughout many industries in the Netherlands. Business professionals often seen in the industries of lawyers, doctors, government officials. But if you really aren't sure about what to wear to your meeting, always ask the contact you have with the company. Like I mentioned before, it's better to be safe than to be sorry. Ensuring that you are dressed appropriately for the meeting is more important than your pride that you may have in wanting to ask the contact you have about appropriate dress. With regards to gift giving, always ensure that the action is worth the reward of a gift. As I mentioned before, the Dutch are not fond of being obligated to do something, therefore, that your action needs to warrant that of a gift. If you do end up giving a gift for a new deal, a new partnership formed, accomplishing a goal within the time frame set, ensure that it is neutral, that you're not branding yourself through the gift. This is just a sign of respect. Also, when you do enter the home of any Dutch individual for business, always bring flowers for the host or hostess just to ensure that your appreciation is shown for their hospitality and that they are more inclined to welcome you back for another appointment. As a company looking into conducting business in the Netherlands, it's important to take these factors into consideration about how socially responsible are you. Do you perform things in a timely manner? Are you dressing appropriately for the industry in that country? And additionally, how does your company provide gifts to clients, partners, and new deals? Taking a look at all these factors is going to help make the transition into the Netherlands a much smoother and easier process. But the majority of business that is conducted in the Netherlands is similar to that of the United States in terms of trade, in terms of laws and regulations, but always be ensured that your market fits what your product sells. Thank you for watching. I hope that you learned a little bit about the Netherlands and how they conduct business and what kind of factors you should look into when targeting the Netherlands as a potential country of business for your industry. Thank you again and have a great day.